welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Victoria, if you haven't already been here and met me on the YouTubes. And I am very excited to show you how to get this very pink look today using the Amrezy palette. If you can't already tell, my favorite color is pink. My hair is pink, my couch is pink, my blanket is pink, my dogs are not pink. But yeah, if you want to see how to get this very pink look, then keep on watching. Before we hop into the tutorial, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a video, and you know what, hit that little bell button too, just for an extra reminder. And let's get to it. I'm going to start off by kind of cleaning up my brow a little bit and priming the eyelid with a very small amount of concealer. I'm just doing this with a flat concealer brush. This is by Real Techniques, but any flat concealer brush will do. I take the product from my lid and just take a tiny bit to carve out the eyebrow. And then sweep it all across the lid evenly. When you prime your eyelid, don't use too much product because I find the more product you use, the more product there is to build up into the creases of your eye, and your eyeshadow will crease. After priming your eye, you're going to take OG, or if you don't have this palette, just a like a mid-toned, like caramely brown, just your typical transition shade. I'm taking this on a basic blending brush. This is from the Makeup by Mario and Sephora collection, but any blending brush will do. So I start by tapping it into the crease. And then I'm going to start to do windshield wiper and circular motions to blend it out a little bit more. This is just the first step, so you don't need anything crazy. It should look about like this, even a little bit lighter is okay. Next, you're taking Shemsa. If you don't have this palette, then any like deep matte berry color should do. And I'm taking this on a blending brush that is just slightly smaller than the first one. I'm using this to start to define the outer corner and into the crease. So I'm kind of just patting it on at first. And then after that, I'm going to blend it out. And start to form the shape you want. I want it not a full-on cat eye shape, but not super round either. I'm taking it into the crease now. So really just this outer V area and into the crease is where you want it. I know it looks really intense, but now we're going to take that first blending brush and with whatever excess product, very minimal product from before, we're going to start to blend this out a little bit more. So just again, windshield wiper like motions. And then if you need to, a little bit more circular, whatever fits your eye shape. And you're just kind of blending and diffusing it into the brow bone area a little bit more. If you found that you blended away a little bit too much, you can go back in with the smaller blending brush and that Shemsa like matte berry color again. Now I'm taking Amrezy, which is like a shimmery, almost metallic, hot pink color, and I'm going to take that over most of my lid. I'm starting in the center of my lid, packing and then dragging and sweeping a tiny bit, but mostly packing to get the product on there first, like stamping and pulling gently. Focusing on the center of the lid up into the crease area, and then, yeah, mostly about right here in the center of the lid and crease. And then you can go back in with that brush you used Shemsa on to kind of diffuse the edges lightly. Now I'm taking Cupcake, which is a shimmery pink. It's lighter than Reezy, and it's a little bit more cool toned. I'm taking Cupcake. Again, if you don't have this palette, if you can still get a hold of it, highly recommend. But if you can't, similar shades will do, whatever you have in your collection. I'm taking this on another shader brush and putting it on the inner corner and inner lid, and sweeping it into that Reezy shade in the center. And now I just tapped a little bit into Reezy again with the previous brush, and I'm going back onto the center of the lid to make that pop a little bit more and blend it into Cupcake a little bit. Now I'm taking Yugo, which is like a deep, almost plummy brown. I'm taking that on a little pencil brush. And I'm going to do like a tiny little like smoky, almost wing, but not like cat eye, like little smoky liner moment. I'm just packing it and then flicking the edge. And I'm focusing that on the outer corner. This is just for a little bit more definition, so I don't want it to actually be like a wing or anything. See, it's just like a little bit of a shadow of that shape, but it's not like a full-on smoky liner wing moment. I'm saying moment a lot. From here, you can take your favorite liquid liner. I like the NYX Epic Ink Liner, and you're just going to draw a thin line on your lash line. I just popped on some mascara off camera, and now we're going to do the base makeup. I'm starting with the Juno & Co. Moonshine Miracle Cream. So I am prepping my face with the Juno & Company Moonshine Miracle Cream. I like this primer because it moisturizes the skin, and I have like dry to combination skin. But I find that this works on all skin types. And it layers well underneath most foundations that I've used. For a moisturizing primer, it does a pretty decent job at blurring the skin as well, so that's really nice. Use whatever base works for you, but I really like this one. I highly recommend it if you're looking for a good primer. I feel like I look really pale. I swear it's the lighting, and the camera. In person, I don't look this pale. Hopefully it doesn't read that way once I have my full base on. Use whatever base foundation works for you, but I've been loving dotting some of the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter on my face with the Rare Beauty foundation. So I like to take the Flawless Filter on the high points of my face and anywhere where I just like to bring a little bit more forward. And then I find that the Flawless Filter does a little bit of like blurring for me. So I don't like to use a ton of foundation, and I like to just buff it in with a brush. Next, I'm going to be using concealer and powder under the eyes. I like to take my e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. I really like the coverage on this. And then I like to set with Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish. That's really hard for me to say. But I like to set with this. Some days I'll use my Pat McGrath powder. A good one from the drugstore that I like is the Maybelline Fit Me. I just like to dot a tiny bit right in the corners. Then I take my little concealer brush and kind of just blend outwards. And I immediately set under the eyes. And I also like to take it on the edges here and then on the nose. I don't really like to powder a ton of areas on my face. I don't like a really matte powdery look. Now I'm taking my cream bronzer and I'm going to bronze the face. I like to blend out my cream bronzer with the same brush I used my foundation on. This is a trick I learned from Hindosh, and it just helps blend it out really well with that excess foundation that's already on the brush. Now I'm just taking my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, whatever matte bronzer that you enjoy will work, and I'm taking a fluffy angled brush. I'm taking Grand Glow Play Blush by, I'm talking so formal, it's just really hard for me to read these things. MAC Glow Play Blush in the shade Grand. I'm lightly dusting some bronzer on my nose to contour it a tiny bit, but I don't like an intense contour. This is just so my nose doesn't like disappear in photos or anything. And I'm even blending some of that away with the excess on my concealer brush and powder brush. I don't mind the shape of my nose. I'm going to set my face to make it a little bit more glowy and skin-like with the Peach and Lily Glass Skin Veil Mist. I can never remember what this is called. Now I'm taking Yugo under the eye, which was the plummy brown shade. And I'm blending it out with Shemsa. And I'm going to pop on some lower lash mascara. I'm going to hop off camera really quick to pop on some lashes. Okay, I popped on my lashes. I'm wearing lash streams in the style Muse. Now I am going to pop on my lip. I'm using one of the new Makeup Forever Rouge Artist lipsticks, and I'm using the shade Loud Lollipop. Yeah, Loud Lollipop. I got it because it kind of matches my hair. Before my hair started fading, it matched it a little bit more. And I think it goes well with this eye. It's not spot on, but I don't want like a whole lot of pigment, so I'm just going to tap it onto the lip slightly. Drawing it a little bit more on the Cupid's bow to actually get shape instead of just patting it. But then just patting it everywhere else. And then I'm topping that with Kylie Cosmetics Wish Come True High Gloss, one of my favorite lip glosses. And then here is a product I actually haven't tried yet. It's the Patrick Ta Major Glow Face Gloss. And I haven't tried this yet, but I love Patrick Ta and I love a good face gloss. So instead of a powder highlighter or anything like that, I'm going to tap this onto the cheekbones. So I got a tiny bit of product and I'm just going to tap it onto the back of my hand so I don't get too much. And then I'm going to pat it on my cheeks. I really like that. It has a slight shimmer to it. I just love a good face gloss. So that was really nice. I haven't really been into powder highlights for a long time. There are some powder highlights I like on occasion, but I do prefer a cream highlight or a face gloss, something dewy along those lines. And this is so nice. Wow, this just brought everything together in my personal opinion. Thank you all so much for watching this video. As always, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and if you haven't already, why not? Just hit that button, subscribe, do it, join my little family here. That felt aggressive. I'm sorry, but please do subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Yeah, subscribe, comment, like, give me some love, and let me know in the comments down below what kind of looks you would like to see from me next. Bye everyone!